Hello, this is our online survey for our final project for Stats-10. I am Paul Garris.
Hi, I'm Alexandra Gomez.
Hi, I'm Bella Artiaga.
And this is our project for Stats-10 online survey. And what we did is we participated in how we were able to collect data and use systematic sampling by posting our survey and our questions online, making them to the public and to people that our platform reaches. We created the sampling of who could participate based on if they came across our polls. We specifically used Instagram and Twitter as our social media platforms. We did surveys and we did polls, which each one let us do, and it reached pretty much the general public. The social media poll we used, we specifically asked a question: if you were purchasing a new vehicle and had to choose between Toyota or Honda, which one would it be? And the specific reason why we chose Toyota or Honda is they're both very known and identifiable brands, and we wanted to make the poll as easy as possible to pull that sample data from, and that way just people can kind of click and make it pretty painless for people to participate, because we wanted to try to collect as much as we could. And so that's why those two brands were specifically chosen. And then the hypothesis and the results. The conclusion is that the hypothesis that the potential car buyers prefer Toyota over Honda. So we gathered up all this data and then we made a hypothesis test on it of what was going to be the actual numbers once all the data was collected. And we found out that a hypothesis based on our Z equals 1.0441, and then our P number was 0.2964. And with the P number being smaller, but the Z specifically 1.044 being higher than the alpha number at 0.5, this will conclude that the test and shows that that the Toyota is preferred more than Honda, but the hypothesis failed to be rejected because it was over 0.5, which is the alpha number. So we had that data, we crunched the numbers, and it is and true. Our hypothesis cannot be rejected, or failed to be rejected, I should say. The null and alternative hypothesis: there will be leading preferences between Toyota and Honda when purchasing a new vehicle, but this is just over brand specific of where our data was pulled from. And this is only one test used, and one proportion hypothesis test is the specific one that we used. What we learned is that through our social media, we were able to collect data, use it, make a hypothesis, use a sample test, and input the numbers, and out came the learning outcomes. Pretty much all of us learned that Toyota was favored over Honda to the general public. If you go to the next slide, the data graph, we had a very large age demographic from 17 to 65. And as you can see, we broke it up, and pretty much 17 to 45 heavily favored Toyota over Honda. And then as you got to 46 to 55, it was still favored, but not so much. And then the 56 to 65 was almost neck and neck. That one was fairly even, just the Toyota Honda preference. But overall, it's about 55 to 45% for Toyota. And the data summaries and what we learned: we collected the data phase. The project, the group concluded that using the social media gave us the best chance to pull from. It was a lot easier, and then especially with what's going on in the world today, going face to face kind of wasn't an option for us. So there's just a quick glance at some of the polls that we used, and that was it. The data also taught us that the age demographic had extensive range, and it kind of taught us that 46 and under heavily favor Toyota over Honda. So that's what we all kind of came to the conclusion of. And this was not the case for some of the age brackets, but overall for the general population, like I said before, 55 to 45 in favor of Toyota. And the group all pulled together, pulled their own weight, and you know, I wouldn't necessarily say we had a lot of fun doing it, but we also we learned a lot from it, and we all helped each other out. So that was good. So that concludes our final project. Thank you.